Hey everyone, welcome to my glamorous office and editing suite. For those of you who don't know me well, my name is James Mayer, and I'm a street and city photographer, a writer, a workshop and certified guide for New York City, and I also run an event and portrait photography business here. I've lived in the city my whole life and shot street photography here since the early 2000s. Now in this class, you're going to be able to see how awful of a photographer I am. You may already think that I'm an awful photographer, but just wait till you see behind the curtain. I really believe that editing is just as important a skill in street photography as shooting is. I love to edit. It's one of the most fun things that I do. But we all capture a lot of junk out there, and editing is how you protect yourself from showing that junk. But more important than that, it's where you assess yourself, and it's how you slowly build ideas, a style, and an ultimate vision. The more time you put into editing, the better you're going to be as a photographer and when you're out shooting. We're going to use Lightroom here and Photoshop for printing, but no matter what editing program you use, this class will translate well. I'm not going to teach you every possible feature about Lightroom. I don't know every possible feature of Lightroom, but we're going to focus specifically on what you need. I want this class to cover all the details and concepts that a street photographer might need to know, but I don't want to go overboard and waste your time with teaching you a bunch of things that you're never going to use. The goal is to have you up and running quickly with a great editing workflow and without much difficulty. We're going to start with organizing, starting from importing file systems, starting in tagging, keywords, and then one of my favorite things, which is collections. We're going to talk about deleting and how to go through a backlog of work quickly. From the photographers that I work with, there are many who love to shoot, which is fantastic. But I know a few who let the work really build up until it gets to an overwhelming point. You all know who you are out there. We're going to make sure to talk a bit about how to deal with that and how to make sure that going forward, you're going to keep on top of things. We're then going to go into actual editing of your photographs, and then I'm going to show you my editing on 20 examples of my work, half in black and white and half in color. One thing that we're going to talk strongly about is the idea of subtle editing. It's something I really believe in. This goes for all photography, in my opinion, but particularly street photography. People have a tendency to sometimes go, some people have a tendency to go a little overboard. And I want to bring you back to reality, that more often than not, you don't need to do too much to a street photograph to have it look great. We want our photographs to look great, but we also want them to be grounded in reality. We'll cover exporting and printing, and then we'll get to my favorite part of the presentation, which is talking about creating book mockups. We'll go over 3 of my projects, Lux City, 100 Green Street, and the early stages of a Brooklyn project that I'm working on, which is in color. And we'll talk about consistency and building up and organizing projects and portfolios. And we'll finish off with evaluating the work of 5 photographers who have very different styles. I hope you enjoy this class, and I hope it turns out to give you not only a lot of editing and organizing information in an easy to digest manner, but I hope it gives you a lot of inspiration in helping you plan and organize your projects and portfolios of your work going forward. Happy editing.